The opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the same as this network, their groups, or other organizations they may be involved with.
It's Thursday night, the vibe's just right. With Master Rochi, Mama Rochi, brightest light. Turn up the volume, let your troubles slide. On the Knock Network, we take you for a ride. Great music fills your soul and mind. Every week a new surprise you will find. Peace and love in every beat so sweet. Join the journey, feel the rhythm in your feet. Namaste to the night, let's groove so high. With the Rochi crew, we'll touch the sky. Tune in every week, let the good times flow. Thursday night vibes, a place to go. Yes, they bring the fire, stories to inspire. With hearts wide open, we take it higher. Spreading joy and laughter, every single show. On the Knock Network, come and feel the glow. In the studio, the magic unfolds. Every Thursday night the story's told. With love and harmony the stage is set. Master Rochi, Mama Rochi, you can't forget. Namaste to the night, let's groove so high. With the Rochi crew, we'll touch the sky. Tune in every week, let the good times flow. Thursday night vibes, a place to go.
Namaste, salutations, and greetings. It's Thursday night, or as I like to call it, Friday Eve. I don't know about you, but this has been a brutal week. I am so happy to see it finally getting close to ending. I hope you all had a fantastic week. I am Master Rochi, and this is Thursday Night Vibes, and thank you for joining me. You know, it's here's a tease. I got some great announcements to put out here a little bit later. But first, I was thinking, by all measures, cannabis should be illegal. In fact, it shouldn't even be a part of the conversation at this day and age. Nephew, James Upchurch, what's going on? You know, a little peace, a little love, and a little good vibes to you. Thank you for tuning in. But if you look at it, government was against cannabis. Law enforcement was against cannabis. They made it illegal. They're locking people up. The media backed it up 110% with propaganda and crap. Hollywood did too. So the question is, why isn't it? What happened to their plan? What derailed their plan to remove cannabis completely from the conversation? Well, you know what? It's a lot of different factors, a lot of different people that got us here today. I mean, we look back, and in 1937, all this horseshit began with corruption and plays for power and plays for money. Good evening, honey. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Oh, Wayne Cruz, thank you. Yes, you know what? If it wasn't for old William Randolph Hearst, the father of yellow journalism, why we wouldn't be in this predicament at all. You know, but it started in 1937. And I mean, we were attacked immediately by, hello, Jennifer. Good evening. I'm glad to see you. Uh, did my choo-choo go off the train already? But shows like Reefer Madness, movies. I mean, this is how early the propaganda had begun with this, and it just continued to snowball. And in 1970, when cannabis was acted or was put in, when the Controlled Substance Act was enacted in 1970, and cannabis was a Schedule One drug at that time. Of course, man, that again should have been a death nail for cannabis. But you know what? The beautiful thing is that artists, musicians, writers, comedians, legacy growers, advocates, caregivers, patients, hippies, rebels, just everybody kept the plant alive. Whether it was strictly Ronald Blackwell, good evening, my friend, good evening. Whether it was just the pure delight of the time of recreational use. Yes, generally speaking, the alternatives for toilet paper are generally not as good as toilet paper itself. Good observation, and you know what? Good thinking. But each subsection or subculture kept cannabis alive in its own way. And it really started with the jazz musicians. Louis Armstrong, one of the most famous. Lily, lay down, lay down, lay down. And a superstar, one of the most famous jazz musicians, was a huge cannabis user and supporter. In fact, he even sponsored some early cannabis lounges within the jazz community. So, and jazz at the time is not like jazz now. Jazz used to be really popular. In fact, a whole group of kids were called the Swing Kids, and they were into the big band and swing sounds. And they were just like young adults and teenagers today that are hard rockers or whatever. I mean, they went to party, have fun, and let loose. So jazz was the rock music of the time, and Louis Armstrong was a rock star, and he also was a champion of cannabis. And it's we continue with more musicians. You have Bob Marley and Peter Tosh. Peter Tosh has legalized it. And Bob Marley's just, words of hope and spirituality and togetherness. And that's the cool thing, that cannabis just wasn't left alive because of its recreational influence. Because cannabis is not just recreational. As people have shown, it's spiritual. It is philosophical. It is healing. It is medicine. And it is a sign of counterculture. All of these things kind of came together and really allowed cannabis not only not to go away, not to be stamped out by the media, by laws, by police forcing. We went from how long should these people be locked up for, to how can we regulate it, make it a safer market, and get the medicine to people that need it. So there has been a huge change in direction, and this has all happened since 1996. Now, for some of you people, 1996 may seem like a long time ago. For me, 1996 is like yesterday. A blurry yesterday, but a yesterday all the same. It doesn't seem like that much time has passed since the 215 measure in California, which started and kicked off the legalization. You know, our culture is just amazing. I want to talk more about some of the people and how we have survived and what is making us grow even stronger. And it's not just one group or counterculture, it's many, many, many. And we all fit together. And that's the thing. This plant unites us. It's one of the few things in this world that actually does unite us. Speaking of uniting, I want to play some music for you tonight. Yep, but we're going to have a few song breaks tonight. We are going to take our first song break with Ritchie. And I dig Ritchie Valor. I tell you, he is somebody to watch. In fact, all of the artists tonight are going to be somebody to watch. But we're going to do Backroads featuring C Money Baby. And I hope you kick back and dig and groove to this. And we will be right back to how cannabis survived the unsurvivable.
Here on a back road, pillow with my eyes closed. Baddie right beside me telling me she love them assholes. Spicy like Tabasco, we ain't gotta go slow. Let me see the back slow. Parked here on a back road. Parked here on a back road. Parked here on a back road. All you see is handprints on a foggy window. When all is said and done though, baby get the blunt smoke. Baby, yeah, I love it on the back road. She a bad one with green eyes, got a 38 on her waist. You ain't gotta worry about me, she country strong, she put you in your place. Said fuck the chase, my badge of light done hit the grave. I love her face, I love her lane, I love her way. Out by the fire, we get naked, we get wild. The corner's high, the shine's been blowing for a while. We've been parked up by the back road, yeah, she said she loved my style. Open up her mouth, she screaming, I don't want a child. Lovers on the back road. We some lovers on the back road. Baby, come close. Let me get a handful sitting on this back road. Parked here on a back road, pillow with my eyes closed. Baddie right beside me telling me she love them assholes. Spicy like Tabasco, we ain't gotta go slow. Let me see the back slow. Parked here on a back road. Parked here on a back road. Parked here on a back road. All you see is handprints on a foggy window. When all is said and done though, baby get the blunt smoke. Baby, yeah, I love it on the back road.
Born and raised on the back road. All I know is chase cash flow. All I know is get drunk while I got a gun. Don't make me like an asshole. I didn't know that was your wife, so what you mad for? When you walked out the front, I hit the back door. Got money on my mind like all the time. I'm coming to collect everything that's mine. Since every single day you left me, I wish I can press rewind. I can't lie, I miss you. Ever since you left, I'm in my bed, Jimmy and my pistol. Riding around them back streets, baddie in my backseat. That smiley, yeah, throw it back, showing ass cheeks. Fuckin' with no rubber like I'm trying to start a family. I know her baby daddy can't stand me. Parked there on the back road.
Pillow with my eyes closed. Baddie right beside me telling me she love them assholes. Spicy like Tabasco, we ain't gotta go slow. Let me see the back slow. Parked here on the back road. Parked here on the back road. Parked here on the back road. All you see is handprints on a foggy window. When all is said and done though, baby get the blunt smoke. Baby, yeah, I love it on the back roads.
And we are back. And, that is Richie Valor out of Ohio. I have a question for you. What's the difference between Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois? Not much. So, yeah, that looks like any back road right here. So, don't know. May have done some back road loving in my past. Got some pretty big announcements coming up. And I want to share this. I have been working on putting together a website. Hello, Cosmo and Rachel. Good evening. Good evening. Putting together a website because I've got all of this stuff out there on social media and a lot of other places, but no one centralized location. So hopefully, I was hoping this would be up by tomorrow, but it's not going to be. It'll be up hopefully sometime early next week if things go well. But you'll be able to see everything that I'm involved in, and I'm going to be putting out a weekly blog. Yes, a weekly blog, and it's going to be called "Rolling It Up with Master Rochi." Hello, Tina. Hello. And it's going to be my recap on the past week and also talking about some natural remedies, maybe some cannabinoids, culture, music. One thing I do want to do is I want to have a featured artist of the month on the website. So you'll be able to come in and check it and see who we're featuring, check out some of their music. Maybe eventually Artist of the Week, but we'll start out slow and do Artist of the Month. And finally got everything worked out, and I do believe, with great faith and hope and some guarantees, that you will find me writing for Beard Bro Pharma starting tomorrow. We got all the submission stuff figured out and worked out, so it will be published links on my social media. Again, this webpage will help you kind of come and check out and see what I'm doing without having to go through all the crazy stuff. So anyway, I am super excited about all of this and some other collaborations that will be coming up in the near future. But this is just something to kick it off. So stay tuned for a lot more of Master Rochi coming to you in the future via website. And we'll have some links to our sponsors also. It's going to be really, really cool. Getting back to, by all purposes, cannabis should be dead. Cannabis should be out of the conversation. It has been assaulted by our government, by our media, by our law enforcement, but the plant still lives because of agriculture, because of music, because of writers, because of activists, patients. This is the backbone of our community. And as I was saying right before we went to the break, cannabis brings its own special blend to the community. The circle, the sharing of a lighter and possibly pocketing of a lighter or losing of a lighter. You know how it goes. But this was all made to come together, share together, because that was the other thing. You didn't have to bring large amounts to the circle. You didn't have to bring anything. You were always welcome. But it wasn't always just one person providing whatever. It was people getting together and sharing strains, educating people about the different strains, sharing stories, all while enjoying the herb. And this built community. It still builds community. I mean, what is more fun than smoking a joint? Smoking a joint with other people. Definitely more fun than smoking by yourself. And it gets conversations going. It knocks down barriers. I don't know the chemistry behind it. I don't know if there's chemistry behind it, but I believe that cannabis helps with us with empathy and helps us unlock the barriers that keep us normally in day-to-day activities from being open-minded and being able to see different perspectives. Oh, Rachel, thank you. Oh, I send love back. Send love back. You see, yes, Cosmo, you're in the kind of in the same boat we are in here in Indiana, which brings me to spark one up for the fine prohibition state of Indiana, Kansas, and wherever else that you live, that your rights are not being recognized. You're being criminalized for a plant that others freely can purchase, consume, and travel with. If you live in one of those states, spark one up with me. If you don't live in one of those states, spark one up with me in support of one of these states. See, again, cannabis has us all covered. And we got a lot of people to thank for this. Speaking of thanks, I have to thank Sir Steve-O, engineer, producer of this fine show. Without him, it wouldn't be the same show. So Steve-O, thank you, my friend, my brother. I appreciate everything that you do for us. And don't you forget that, my friend. Let's see, where are we? I think we've got a few minutes to continue talking. And, normally I talk about what went on in the 70s and 80s because that's when I was really fresh and active in it. It was exciting. But that was just the beginning. In fact, that may have started it. That may have sowed the seeds, so to speak. But from those seeds, we have all new cultures that sprung up around the plant. And hip hop and rap was one of them, heavily influenced by cannabis. And without that and those musical influences, and even bringing that more into the mainstream and knocking down barriers, I mean, look at Cypress Hill. You talk about some early pioneers in I don't know if they realized it at the time, but cannabis advocacy. They were very, very outspoken, and it's because of those people that had the courage to stand up and stick to their guns and not be afraid of saying, I support this plant, whether it's legal or not. I know the benefits of this plant and I'm going to share it. And that's the kind of people we have to thank for, moving forward in this. And then with them, all of the fashions and the hip hop, or the hip hop fashions and culture continued to spread, and it's still Wiz Khadafi today. Are heavily Afro Man. These are people that are helping destigmatize, normalize, which again, I don't think it's something that we needed to do. But then we also had, the psychedelic and underground hippie, neo-hippie cultures that not only enjoyed the effects that you get from consuming cannabis, but also started, and you could, I guess, include the New Age people, started focusing on the possible spiritual and philosophical benefits of cannabis. And well, hello, Kim Cooper, the Green Queen of the Great White North. How are you doing today? Any snow? just thought I'd ask. I mean, where you're living, there's always the possibility of snow. I guess except for August. And then there's a very low possibility of snow. You know what? I think we are going to jump into our intermission because, well, come on, be honest with me. This is why you tune in to the program, right? I know it is. This is all filler. When we get back, we're going to talk more about why this plant has survived when it shouldn't have. Until the beep beep, we'll see you in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Steve-O, take me away.
Hi, my name is John Mark, aka Sublimator Warrior, and I would like to welcome you to Smoke Signal in Tyendinaga.
One dab make your whole dome drip sweat. One dab make the homies all dip set. One dab, only really need one dab. One dab.
Smoke Signal is a medical dispensary where you can get all your products and needs.
Might start vaping a whole bunch. Might just start laying up the blunts. God. Ooey, ooey, gooey, that's a sticky dab. Sticky dab. Might just have to put this one on Instagram. Go and hold it in, feel it in your ribs.
So come and check us out in Tyendinaga. 55 Highway 49 in Tyendinaga. It's on the res, and we're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week.
Join us for NOK Network monthly specials, 12 months a year, movie nights, spotlights on entertainment, and live on location coverage. Stay up to date about upcoming programming by subscribing to NOK Network on Rumble, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Twitch, and Facebook. Check out our webpage at www.noknetwork.com.
Dirty Dave, award-winning cultivator for over 4 decades. Dirty Dave, prized genetics fueled by advanced nutrients, original OG organics. Dirty Dave, award-winning products available at these fine establishments. ask your shop to carry Dirty Dave. Contact us at dirtiesdoggies@gmail.com.
Welcome back to the show in our regular program.
And welcome back. Yeah, you made it back. You made it through. Congratulations. You know, one of the things that helped cannabis survive is comedy. When we started making, well, fun at ourselves and fun at the whole establishment. And we have really two gentlemen to thank for taking cannabis entertainment and comedy to the stratosphere. And that's Cheech and Chong. You know, they were pioneers. And for a long time, they were kind of, not good to kick the camera. I had to move a cat too. Kind of pioneers in the in this area, and their audience grew and grew and grew, and now they are, I mean, legends in this. And it's funny how comedy breaks down barriers, and it kind of lampooned the stereotypes of the stoner. And then you have Dazed and Confused, and so many other movies, Harold and Kumar, the Trailer Park Boys, that showed that nobody's going on murderous rampages. And it also lampooned and made fun of a lot of the stereotypical stoner attitudes. But also, we had serious people in the media that were, championing cannabis. And back at that time, Jack Herer was the one that really got me involved in this in the first place. And I can't remember when his book came out. It was either while I was still in high school or right before I graduated. But he wrote a book called The Emperor Wears No Clothes. And it presented a whole argument. In fact, I have I've got the book here somewhere. Right here. This is, I think about the fourth copy I've owned, but this is a must read. I don't know if there's a book on tape. This is a book on tape or not, but if you're really interested in the history of of cannabis, this is the book to get, and you will see all the hypocrisy and all of the bullshit very well laid out. But this is what originally just, energized me. I like the marijuana anyway. And this gave me a reason to really like and get pissed off and want to see, the plant legalized. This was what did it for me, and you should check it out. But also, another one of my favorite authors, Hunter S. Thompson, writing for the Rolling Stone, championed cannabis, along with, of course, our close family member and ones that we love, the psychedelics. And let's face it, cannabis and psychedelics go hand in hand, like peanut butter and jelly. They do some wonderful things for the mind and the body, and we're just starting to unlock more about both of them. So important to this relationship. But Hunter, he came out and he put the passion and the pissed offness and the general, I don't believe this veil of bullshit they're trying to shove down our throats in his own very unique way. But he was a large large figure for helping keep cannabis in the spotlight journalistically. Allen Ginsberg, probably half of you, or more than half, have no idea who Allen Ginsberg is. But he was a poet and an activist. He was a free speech guy back in the 60s and 70s, and he really got a lot of the movement going. And a serious writer, William S. Burroughs, he challenged a lot of the mainstream thoughts and ideas, although he was not necessarily a cannabis writer or champion. He saw through the bullshit and was calling out a lot of the mainstream ideas. And these are the people that we really needed. And then we had a doctor, Grinspoon from Harvard, who came out with a book called Cannabis Reconsidered. And all of this, so we're getting it from the music, from the cultural side, now from the journalistic side, and now from educated medical people and doctors, and they're all starting to champion this. And this gained steam until we got up to the 1996. And that's what really lit the fuse on this. But the fight's not over. And the important thing is that I wanted to share tonight was about these amazing individuals that kept these plants alive, this plant alive, when all forces should have had this plant gone and out of the conversation. I always envisioned a free plant. I never imagined a market for it, going where it's going, the commercialization. I just wanted to simply be able to grow it, possess it, and consume it without the fear of having to go to jail. Unfortunately, here in the state of Indiana, we still haven't seen that freedom. But a lot of the other part of the country is. And again, that's all I want for the plant. I don't care about the commercial markets. I don't care about the industrial grows. I just want to have a small garden out and back, grow my own medicine, and keep it and consume it. That's all I ever wanted, and that's what a lot of people wanted. Now, I'm not opposed to where it's going, and I think this is extremely exciting, and it's going to open up doors that nobody ever imagined. But we've got to remember who helped us get here. And by remembering them and seeing what they did, we can build upon that and make this community even greater. Cannabis is one of the few things in the world that brings everybody together. Pretty much regardless of race, sex, gender, ethnicity, political beliefs. Free the plant, free the people. Yeah, free the plant, heal the people. Free the plant and do amazing things. And hemp, yes, we just call it's the same plant. Cannabis, hemp, same plant, different uses, different growing techniques, same plant. So you can't get rid of hemp and keep cannabis. You can't get rid of cannabis or can't keep cannabis and get rid of hemp. They're the same plant. But the industrial applications for hemp are just amazing. And it's up to us. The markets change everything. Money changes everything. And as consumers, as we demand more and more natural products and alternatives to what we have now, the markets will change. The companies will change. They have the technology. They've had the technology for damn near 100 years. and updating it would not be hard. But this could change lives. It could reinvigorate some depressed areas around the country as far as manufacturing. Just think about what the combination of these plants can do. I think we're going to take another musical break, and this time we're going to have a little Jack Daniels. The story of Solomon's Spunk. Steve-O, play us a little bit of Jack, please.
This is a story of old Simon Spunk and this pretty young gal named Cherry Tree. Had no arms and no legs and no rump, so she looked like a stump to me. Simon that devil, well, he loved her so, like a fish kept in its water. Never could take old Cherry Tree swimming, she just float like a big red bobber. And this is a story of old Simon Spunk and his pretty young gal named Cherry Tree. Had no arms and no legs and no rump, so she looked like a stump to me. Carried her around in a big knapsack till he got too old and too weak. Then one day he pulled out his back, now he just rolls her down the street. This is a story of old Simon Spunk, his pretty young gal named Cherry Tree. Had no arms and no legs and no rump, she looked like a stump to me. Now all of Simon's friends would ask him, man, you gotta help us understand. Boys, I'll never have to rub her feet, and I'll never have to hold her hand. This is a story of old Simon Spunk, his pretty young gal named Cherry Tree. Had no arms and no legs and no rump, so she looked like a stump to me. She still looks like a stump to me.
And that was Jack Daniel. You know what? One of the reasons I was playing Jack Daniel and Richie Valor tonight is because they are going to be appearing at the Burn and Learn Health and Wellness Expo. And I'll tell you what, you have never seen anything like this. We are bringing culture, music, technology, and education together for an event like no other. Not only that, is we're going to be coming to your state. We are traveling state to state on the legal states. We're starting off this year, Pennsylvania, Labor Day weekend, 2-day event. It's going to be mind-blowing. So come out and join myself, OG Penny Lane, and Soil King for the 6th annual or first national Burn and Learn. Yes, and you're going to get to enjoy even more music besides just Jack Daniel and Richie Valor. We have a whole very cool lineup. And keeping with our idea of community, we're working with more regional artists and local artists that deserve a chance to be heard and have a chance at the big stage. So we are still, supporting each community that we're coming into. And as we grow, we're going to be bringing some of the best artists of those regions along with us. So stay tuned for more cool information concerning the Burn and Learn health and wellness exposition. Anyway, you know what? We've talked about musicians, we've talked about culture, we've talked about writers, but without two other groups, cannabis would have never survived. And one is the legacy growers, those folks that grew in secret, that collected strains, that did the serious, heavy lifting of what we see today. Because I guarantee you what you get today is nothing like what I used to get. And the strains that are coming out and now available are just mind-blowing. It's kind of like one of those Star Trek things. And, you know, the communicators turned into the cell phone. Well, that's about the way it was with cannabis flower. You know, when you got yours, you were always hoping that by weight you had more buds than stems and seeds. That didn't happen often. But yeah, you spent your first 20 minutes, you know, getting rid of seeds, cutting up the stems, cleaning everything. That's what double albums were for, and Frisbees. Those were your rolling trays back in the day. But, you know, without the legacy growers and them sharing that information with other legacy growers and them sharing genomes and collecting the seeds and doing the hunts and, you know, preserving the best of the best. Without those guys, we wouldn't be here today. Absolutely. The other group that I wanted to talk about is the patients and caregivers. And one that really comes to mind is Brownie Mary, who served brownies to AIDS patients. And she is really the face of the compassion part of the movement. You know, she did this on a volunteer basis. The Gray Panthers, as they became to be known, would help, provide these brownies to AIDS and cancer patients to help ease their suffering, stimulate their appetite, and just help them out. And as her legend grew, so did other people in the communities that were starting to serve this. And we see this now. It continues that people have built on this legacy. We know a lot of people that if you are seriously sick and can't afford FECO, we know people that can help you out. There are still people in this community that are dedicated to the service and don't really care about making a dime, but they are the compassionate, empathetic individuals that this community thrives around. And without those kind of people, we'd be nothing. I think we're going to do one more song tonight, and then we're going to come back and say good evening. So, Sir Steve-O, how about a little bit of Galaxy tonight? Don't Wait, maybe. Yeah, you already picked that one out. So, Steve-O, let's take it away for the last song of the evening, A Little Galaxy.
Do not wait. Do not wait. It's our time. It's our time. Do not wait. Do not wait. It's our time, my friend. It's Everything alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright. Do not wait. Do not wait. It's our time. It's our time.
And we're back. That was Galaxy. Don't wait. You know what? I love that synth pop sound, and I think this is my new favorite from them. You know, we have had a fantastic night. Thank you for letting me join you and you joining me. You know, I just wanted to highlight a few of the great spots and the great people that helped us get us here when we really shouldn't be here. But so many different groups in their own way came together and helped make this happen, and they're still making this happen. So support those individuals and support the community, the artists, the writers, and you know, just give some love, because the more that we support it and the more we ask for change will come. Again, you know, we want certain things to happen. Money talks. The markets talk. So when we let them know that we expect this or want that, then eventually it will come around. I hope everybody has a safe and wonderful weekend. Be careful out there, be responsible, and enjoy. Until next time, peace, love, and good vibes. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night.
It's Thursday night, the vibe's just right. With Master Rochi, Mama Rochi, brightest light. Turn up the volume, let your troubles slide. On the Knock Network, we take you for a ride. Great music fills your soul and mind. Every week a new surprise you will find. Peace and love in every beat so sweet. Join the journey, feel the rhythm in your feet. Namaste to the night, let's groove so high. With the Rochi crew, we'll touch the sky. Tune in every week, let the good times flow. Thursday night vibes, a place to go. Yes, to bring the fire, stories to inspire. With hearts wide open, we take it higher. Spreading joy and laughter, every single show. On the Knock Network, come and feel the glow. In the studio, the magic unfolds. Every Thursday night the story's told. With love and harmony the stage is set. Master Rochi, Mama Rochi, you can't forget. Namaste to the night. Let's groove so high. With the Rochi crew, we'll touch the sky. Tune in every week, let the good times flow. Thursday night vibes a place to go.